this big time news. Roquan Smith requested a trade. In a written statement, he said that he requested a trade from the Bears after contract negotiations reached an impasse. He believes the new front office with Ryan Poles doesn't value him. Now, should the Bears pay him or trade him?
There was a report that came out after that by the owner who said they were going to try to go back and work out a deal because they don't want to lose.
I mean, he got off. They took him off the PUP list, which means that they have a trade in place or they're going to pay him. So it's one of the two.
You want to go first, River? No,
you can spell it up.
I'll say this. Of course, Roquan Smith is probably.
It's my fault.
That's all right, bro. I'd let things slide.
Yo, you gotta chill.
Roquan Smith is the Chicago Bears' best defender by far. You let him walk. We're already looking at the Chicago Bears as being amongst one of the worst teams in the NFL. You lose Roquan Smith, you legitimately have nothing going for you on the defensive side of the ball. Eddie Jackson, you give him his respect. To me personally, that's about it.
What about what's his name, the cornerback?
Jalen Johnson. We got to see about him.
I think he's pretty.
We got to see. Personally, for me personally, the verdict's not out. What are you looking at over there with that mischievous grin of yours?
I'm just looking at Dolphins fans.
The landing spots is
they're going crazy on him.
The landing spots is Baltimore and Denver.
Really?
The Chargers, the top landing spots.
That is so great you say that. Let me finish off on my Bears statement before I go to my next part. Yes, if you're the Bears, you need to sign him.
And he's
super youthful. He's an integral part of your defense. You want to make sure that you have that position locked up for the Bears because you already have a bunch of holes that you need to address. You don't want to be in that. You don't want the linebacker position to be another position that you need to address when you already have so many needs: wide receiver, secondary, pass rush. Now, for destinations that he could go to, I put this on my Twitter at Handrew5As. If I'm the Broncos, I am desperately trying to make a push for Roquan Smith.
Y'all don't have draft picks.
We don't, but you know what? The Rams didn't have draft picks, and somehow they made it work. You want to get futures? Sure. Say that one more time.
Who'd they get without their draft picks?
What are we talking about? They traded their draft picks to get these guys.
What do you mean?
The Rams traded their draft picks to go get a Jalen Ramsey.
No, but I'm saying at the time they had draft picks. Y'all just trade your first for the last.
No, we get 23 and 24. We can give 25. We can give 26. I don't care. I don't care. We saw the Rams do it. Why can't we follow the same suit?
No, but they gave up picks within 2 years. It wasn't 3 years down the line.
Not really, though.
Yeah. It was at least one within the next 2 years. It wasn't 3. They didn't give Jalen Ramsey first 3 years down the line.
I understand what you're saying, but I do firmly believe that that's what we should do. I think that I look at this team and I see that there is one hole. And Joel won't let me forget it. Why do you guys are being hella childish this episode?
Wait, no.
I said you guys. I'm grouping y'all.
Wait, why me though?
Because I said there's one hole. Like,
it's him, bro.
Bro, you laugh.
He's staring right at me, knowing I'm about to laugh, bro. I'm gonna laugh.
Get it together. So we have the Dolphins have Dolphins. The Broncos have one hole, and that's linebacker. Absolutely. You bring in Roquan Smith, that puts us over the top.
Over the top in terms of what?
In terms of having everything solidified and stamped.
Roster.
We have nothing to address at that point.
Okay. Y'all do have 2/3 next year.
I don't think that's enough to get Roquan Smith at all. I don't know what else we could package to get that, truthfully. No, I firmly just think
that... You'll have to pay him, too.
And I will pay him happily.
I had a feeling that Drew was going to turn this into a Broncos Roquan Smith thing.
Because I tweeted about it, and he shows
love.
So
let's talk about Roquan Smith.
Let's do it.
The question is, should the Bears pay him or trade him? That's the question, right? Mm-hmm. That's a question at hand on this panel, on this table that we got to answer. We got to get to the fans and all these out there.
All right, get to it, bro. You're fucking pissing me off.
Now, listen. Falarunzo Aluokan got $15 million a year.
Dude, it's fucking 11 o'clock, dude.
I know. Listen, we're making good time. We're 2 hours, 20 minutes in.
I'm shocked.
Wait, but what did you just say?
Falarunzo Aluokan, he's on the Jaguars.
Oh, I don't think that's how you pronounce his first name.
I don't think that's how you pronounce
it. Aluokan.
I heard a lot of
Falarunzo. You said a lot of syllables and not a lot of names.
Falarunzo
Aluokan. I was mad confused.
He's getting $15 million a year. He's not a Pro Bowl or All-Pro linebacker, which means that the linebacker market is at least $15 million a year. Fred Warner's getting 19.7, close to 20 mil, which means Roquan Smith is around that area.
Fred a dog.
He's around that $18 to $20 million a year area. Now, Ryan Poles said, we can't lose sight that this isn't about one player. My job is to build a roster that's going to sustain success for a long period of time. At the end of the day, we've got to do what's best for the Chicago Bears. Right now, the biggest thing the Bears need, yes, their defense is bad. Will Roquan Smith make their defense good? He will not. He will not. They had him last year. They were still bad.
You're right.
Right now, they need to go all in on offense. Paying a linebacker $18 to $20 million a year when you're at the start of a rebuild is not a good idea. Trade him for draft capital or even a player. For a player, maybe you can Roquan Smith for maybe a serviceable offensive lineman with the pick or a wide receiver with the pick. Trade him for something like that. I don't think the Bears should pay him. They should trade him. With that being said, he's a heck of a player. He's one of 5 linebackers since 1994 to have 500 tackles, 10-plus sacks, and 30-plus tackles for loss over his first 4 NFL seasons. The other guys are Brian Urlacher, Patrick Willis, Levante David, Shaquille Leonard, who now was Darius Leonard, now goes by Shaquille Leonard.
That's going to be hard to remember. He said he wouldn't be mad if you still call him Darius, though.
Is that his name?
He changed it to Shaquille.
Like actively. Okay.
Yes.
I think
so
that was I think it might have been his middle name or Darius' middle name.
So Roquan Smith is a great player. I don't think the Bears should trade him. They should go all in on just acquiring draft capital and helping Justin Fields out offensively, then worry about the defense. The defense, they already got some pieces in Jaquan Brisker and Kyler Gordon from Washington. So they're building through the draft. They're building their defense through the draft. Get those primetime receivers and offensive options by trading a guy like Roquan Smith because he doesn't fit their timeline.
For me, I think you should keep him. I think at this point, looking at
that's not how you should go about it. Stop playing.
Tell him to lick nuts, bro.
Yo, what are you talking about, man?
Hey, you're getting animated now, buddy.
You're getting nasty. I like it.
That was nuts. That was crazy,
dude.
Caught myself. I almost said some wild shit. I think they should keep him just for the simple fact that the Bears don't got shit. You know what I'm saying? Like Justin Fields, Darnell Mooney, and then on the defensive end they got Johnson, they got Roquan Smith. Why keep trading everything away and then being left with nothing? I think you have to start with a foundation. You have to start with something to build. And on the defense, I feel like that can be Roquan, that can be Johnson as a cornerback. Those are 2 guys that have a lot of potential, have a lot of promise. Roquan has showed you that ability. So you have to, and I get building through the draft, but you have to build off something. You know, you can't just go running around building off nothing. For example, the Jets, they got Zach Wilson. They got Sauce. They are building off something. You can't just walk around here trading pieces away and like, all right, we don't got nothing. We just going to run around. So I think, in my opinion, I think they should keep him. You know, and Roquan, he said it in his he said he was talking about how he felt like it was disrespectful the contract they offered him, and it was disrespectful towards him and other linebackers in the league because it would reset the market. So it must have been a shitty ass offer if he said something like that. But I think the Bears, they got to look at their options. They got to look at their team, and they got to be like, we don't really have much. We got like 5 good players.
Yeah,
he's
one of them.
But Ryan Poles did say that there are some record-setting pieces in the contract that he feels should have shown Roquan the respect he deserves.
I'm glad you brought up the Jets because I look at this Roquan situation a lot like the Jamal Adams situation.
Facts.
Both teams very early on in rebuilds. Both teams having a ton of holes, and both teams having new GMs. The Jets got a new head coach of the year after, you know, the Bears got a new head coach this year. But I look at it very similar. You know, the Bears have, you can't even start with what their needs are. I think trading Roquan Smith, I don't know what you get for him. I don't think you get a first-round pick for a middle linebacker. I think you get a couple
weak side linebacker.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I think you get a couple day 2 picks, like a round 2, round 3 pick, and then what do you pay him? Like $17 million. Like
15 is firm.
That's what I'm saying. It's gonna be in like 15 to 18 range for the Bears. It makes more sense to trade them. Their cap situation next year is gonna be fine. They're actually projected like $95 million. This year it was somehow fucked, even though they don't really have any good players on their team. But an off-ball linebacker who doesn't really rush the passer, 10 sacks in 5 years is nothing, you know, obviously. What are y'all doing over there, bro? Like,
He farted again.
oh
No,
my
what
God,
are you talking about?
bro.
Yo, you're hearing
It's not
things.
fucking stop.
You're hearing things,
Yeah,
bro.
he's fucking
nonstop.
over
Oh my gosh.
This guy's a wild
So
animal.
similar to the Jets, who everyone loved Jamal, no one wanted to trade him, but Joe Douglas got 2 first-round picks, and looking back on it, it was one of the best moves we've ever made.
I knew it.
What?
They traded for Jalen Ramsey, 2020, 2021 first-round
Oh
pick.
wow, bro! You didn't have to go
And
back and look at that.
It's the
and
same
fact check
topic.
it.
Same
And
topic.
Oh
what
my
year
God.
did they trade for him?
That in 2020.
That happened so
And then in
long ago.
2021, the Rams traded for Stafford a 2022 first and a 2023 first, which is why I say it's not.
That's 2 years down the line. In 3 years,
Correct.
you don't have a picks in 2 years. You traded first and second.
But we have a 20. I understand.
You don't have.
I understand.
23
so if we do
or
it next
24
season, it makes
picks.
more sense.
bro.
in
You
this
don't have a
timeline.
first or second in 23 or 24.
Yo, he did all that to be wrong.
No, but I see exactly. But I knew they did it in consecutive years. But the fact that I want to do it in the same year, that's the problem.
So
Correct.
Dehls, show me some teams because I looked it
Roquan?
up and they said Chargers.
So what are the best?
Denver.
What are the best destinations for Roquan Smith?
Absolutely has to be Denver. You have to look at it. I'm not even exaggerating. I'm
No,
not
I
even trying
agree
to
with
be
you.
funny.
It's just funny. Like
We need a linebacker. Roquan comes in, he solidifies that, and we legitimately have no hole. Broncos would be the team to be in the AFC. I firmly believe that.
I think
I
for
think you already
me,
believe that, though, right?
The Bills really are strong. Like
In the
wanna,
AFC.
In the
I thought you meant your
AFC.
division,
I
pardon
think
me.
for me, if this team wants to make their defense even stronger, it's the Baltimore Ravens.
I like that
I
one too.
think
Another
right
team
now
up there.
Patrick Queen, he's kind of shown he's just another guy. Roquan Smith gives them a legit star at that position, and you couple that with they might have the best secondary in football.
Marcus Peters is coming back.
That is going to be an elite level defense, and he would really
Love
be a
that
great
guy.
That's
defense.
a great answer.
Yeah, Baltimore makes a lot of sense. Chargers makes sense. It's got to be teams that haven't paid the quarterback yet.
The Raiders.
The only thing I just don't know what your cap situation looks like
We have 12.
12.
this year. Well, I'm
Yeah,
more
y'all can't
interested
pay
in
no
next year.
I mean, if they got 12 now, couldn't they trade him and then pay him?
Now we'll have money next season, but I think we have 12 right
Because
now.
they got a lot of young guys on still rookie contracts, right? Judy.
You do, but now you're paying Russ a ton of money.
Not yet
you-
though. We haven't given him a contract. Yes,
I know, but his Seattle
You're right.
contract,
Yeah, for sure, for
decent
sure.
amount.
How about the
you
Jets?
paid
But the most-
Sutton,
That's why I said we
paid
have 12 right now.
Patrick,
We
But
have 12 right
Surtain
now.
isn't paid. Judy isn't paid.
Justin Simmons got paid. Gregory
Oh,
got
yeah.
paid. Bowles is going to need to get paid
But
soon.
Did
that's what I'm
Sutton get
yeah.
paid yet?
No, Bulls
Sutton
got
got
paid.
paid.
Bulls got
Gordon
paid.
got paid.
Gordon just got paid a little bit of bread, right?
It was a minimum.
Gordon's going to be gone.
Well, it
after next
doesn't
season.
matter. The fact that they have a quarterback that's getting max money is really.
That's
But
why
like,
it's-
but like I said,
It's
we have
hard paying a off-ball linebacker 18 mil.
I know what you're saying.
You know?
I don't disagree at all.